be. Without no regret, you got no love. Without no love, you got no regret. Without no regret, you got no love. A melody where I belong in this life.
Welcome to T-Boys TV. We're back again with another Hat Show, obviously episode 53. In today's episode, we'll be discussing another not positive result, and then obviously we'll be going into the game tomorrow. So, yeah, and we've got a few additional things we're planning to do with this, but yeah, I'm here, like always, with my dad. How are we, Dad?
Yeah, I'm not too bad, thanks, mate. You?
Good. Yeah, I'm all right. But, yeah, so obviously we took on Bristol City. We said it was going to be a feisty one, obviously due to all the, players going and links with them, that sort of thing. And, yeah, the lineup, what did you make of it? So I'll just go through it again. So obviously it was Horahath in goal, Bree and Bell as the wing-backs, like always, Potts, Bradley and Burke at the back. Campbell and Osho in the midfield, and then Woodrow was ahead of them with Morris and Adebayou. What did you make of that when you saw that?
I thought it was quite a little bit experimental, like especially like in the midfield and that. But I was happy with that. I thought that team should have been capable of getting something. That's the kind of normal bar Potts. That's the normal defence we'd probably, we'd have went with last season when we were doing well. Obviously Campbell's in midfield. They tried Woodrow at the tip. Maybe he's not really. That's not really his position. But we got a few knocks and a few injuries, so I could see why I went with that. I thought Osho was all right in midfield personally at first. He's played in that position before. Everyone's acting like he's never played in that. He's played in that position a few times for us.
Yeah, exactly.
And I remember when he first started in defence, people were like, "Oh, no, do you know what I mean?" And then he sort of grew. He's a good player. I'm not even. So yeah, I thought that lineup should have been capable of getting something. And obviously, on the bench, Cornet weren't on there. Again, he's got a knock, whatever. Piera, he's got a knock or whatever as well. So, I thought it was decent enough. They're good players. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, absolutely. My thoughts on the lineup. I understand that Freeman wasn't really pulling strings essentially against Preston, but I was a bit surprised with Woodrow. So I felt his form hasn't really been too great. I understand that he's midweek. We're going to need to start rotating a lot, especially with, the quick turnarounds in games and back-to-back away games that there's going to be. And there obviously is this weekend as well, another away game, etc. But I was a little bit surprised about that. Other than that, it was pretty much what I expected, really. It was literally like it. Like I said, Potts, it's understandable because he hasn't been too bad. He hasn't been too bad. So I understood that, and rest is the rest, really. But let's go through some comments before we go into the next bit. Hannah says 3-0 Swansea, reverse psychology. So he's been backing us to win, right? So he said 2-0 against Bristol City. We lost 2-0. So he's going with a bit of reverse psychology. That would be nice. Setup change. Obviously, like I said on the last stream, literally looking after the dog at the same time. Dog's currently sleeping, so thank God for that. But I'm just in the front room at the moment. Big up Ty's dad. Big up yourself. And Dad, where's the beard at? Hanno's saying,
I knew someone would say that. No, I like every now and again I'll just lop it off. Give my skin a bit of breathing time. Like it'll be back. It'll be back, mate. It'll be back. Or maybe I'll keep it off and see if Luton keep winning, then I'll just constantly
keep winning.
Wait, that's what I'm saying. Like if they win tomorrow, then yeah, I won't. I'll keep a clean shaven face until they lose.
Oh, this guy. Oh dear. Why did I go over 1-1 draw? Well, I knew we weren't going to win the game. I just thought it'd be a game of two halves where we just wouldn't concede the goals in the manner we did. To be quite honest with you, I just didn't think we were going to win it. I knew that, but we'll get into it anyway. So, first half, Dad, we watched it together yet again.
Yeah.
Last week it was more the attack. This week, don't get me wrong, the attacks still weren't great. Or this midweek, sorry. But the defence on the first two goals. Sonny Bradley, on the first goal, I've looked back at it again. Yeah, it wasn't great by him. He was not watching the guy whatsoever.
Yeah.
And, the player, I think, I don't want to get his name wrong. Wells, that was it. Wells. Very
Wells.
early on.
Yeah.
Go on, what was you going to say, sorry?
Naki Wells is a good player. Like I said, yeah. He was, he weren't switched on,
No.
The geezer had too much. Yeah, I get that the guy can run into space or whatever, but he wasn't aware. He's normally very good at stuff like that. He weren't switched on. I think Potts was there as well. Could have, or was that might have been a second goal, but it was weak defending, very weak, very unusual. Lack of confidence at the moment. I'm not sure, but it was weak. That's we haven't played like that defensively for a very long time.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It was giving me League Two vibes. The beard is off. A Luton win is on. Dad, you could be the lucky charm for that.
That's it. This is it. That's what it's going for, mate. That's what I'm going for.
Oh dear. But yeah, obviously that happened. And I think it was more Potts, the second goal. When you were saying about that. What I'll say about the second goal, I did think Bree was a little bit too high up and Burke was as well. And it was just too easy for him. And it was a bit of a joke, to be quite honest with you. It was very disappointing. Like I said, it was giving me League Two sort of vibes. And yeah, they just played it across and it was a goal. As simple as that, really. But, I want to talk about Adebayou because a lot of people are saying, how he's not really doing much, which we both said we disagree with. When you're getting grabbed every game, you're going to get annoyed. But in this game, he was very unlucky, I thought. That shot in the first half that he had from distance, I thought he was in. That was very unlucky. And he was showing signs, and for me, he has been, even against Preston. He's showing signs that he still wants to do really well. A lot of people saying he don't want to. For me, he's still showing that he is. He's just, like you said, with the other players, could be lacking that confidence, and it could be just, I don't know, but you can see the passion's there, can't you?
Yeah, I don't think he's lacking confidence. I just think he just needs that first goal. Some of his movement and that shot, in particular, in between two defenders, if that had went in, that would have been an excellent goal, and would have changed the game potentially.
Outside the box as well.
Because the thing is, we're a confidence team, and the thing is as well is if we score first, then we normally do well. If we're conceding, it's not normal for us to concede the first goal necessarily like that. Do you know what I mean? Especially in that manner. No, I think he's definitely still got the confidence. People are, every game, but then it'll just come to that, and people just start getting yellow cards all the time because it'll just become more and more blatant, and they have to do that to stop it. But he's getting used to it. He's building his strength up more and things like that. You can see that already from the time he's been at the club.
You saw it in the game when people were
some of his touches.
Naismith went flying, mate. Do you know what
I mean? No, Naismith, don't even get me started on that guy.
Yeah,
that guy. But yeah, I still feel confident. I just reckon he just needs a goal, and that'll be it. Ain't going anywhere. He's the best striker we have.
Oh yeah, 100%.
He just needs to click. It's still still early days, but you can see that it's not like you're looking at the team and going, he's definitely not good enough for this level. He's not good enough for this level. It's not that.
No.
So
if you ask, if you ask majority of Championship fans what one Luton player would they want, all of them would say him.
Definitely him. Yeah, there's a few that they would want.
Burnley fans definitely would.
So yeah, let's just stick by him.
Premier League last year.
Just stick by him, and the goals will come. There's no nonsense about being disinterested. I think some of it is down. We've discussed it before, but I do think that they're like, oh, he's not running back. He does defend quite a lot.
I've seen it first.
He's not always
headed it away a few times.
Yeah, on the corners and that, he does his job most of the time. Like, but you can't be expecting him to run. But I know the rest of it. But when he's getting pulled here, there, and everywhere, he's getting the little kicks in the back of the shins. He's getting, ripped up and all that. Yeah, so he's not got the energy to do both of that. And they probably said to him, you don't need to do it all the time, because he's not going to be running back all the time because he's just wasting energy. Like, other people cover for that. That's how I feel about it. Because his strength is going forward and doing them dinky little runs and stuff, and he's getting that left foot, right foot, mate. He's good. Like, let's just stick with the guy. I don't want him to go.
No.
At all.
No, absolutely not. And talk about this thing, bit off topic actually. Something that just reminded me, weirdly enough, is Luton are actually doing this thing on Wednesday. Might see if I can try and do it. So they're going to the club shop, 4 of the players.
I see that. And he's one of them.
Bell, and I can't remember who the other player was. But yeah, they're all going. So I might see if I can try and go to that and talk to them. But would you make of this comment here by Stephen? Adebayou trying to just needs to play his game and the goals will come.
I don't know about that, but a couple of times seen him try, where he's tried to lash a shot and stuff like that. But now I think he's getting more into it. He has to try hard because he's under so much pressure by the defenders all the time. So now he just needs to get into he's just got to fight harder, and that's what it is. I think that's what's coming now. But yeah, the goals will definitely come. You don't turn into a bad striker overnight.
No. Fair enough. Issa says, hi, sorry I wasn't on your stream earlier. Not a problem, mate. Not a problem. Obviously, playback is an option. So if you do want to see that, then see my predictions for the Premier League. But yeah, anyway. So obviously that was that of the first half. Like I said, unlucky. I thought players like Adebayou were unlucky. But defensively, absolutely shambolic, and it was really embarrassing, to be quite honest here. But yeah, we'll move on to the second half, where a lot of instant changes happened. Freeman come on, Clark come on, and Musgrave come on. So all attacking changes, but yeah, really just still lacking scoring a goal essentially up front. A lot of chances were made, but they just weren't good enough, really, were they?
Yeah, there should have been. There was a couple of chances. I think Clark had one, and he should have buried it. Who else was there? I can't remember who the other one. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, the changes were, he took Potts off.
Mm-hmm.
Who else did he take off?
So it's Woodrow, Potts, and Burke.
Right. So basically, yeah. Woodrow was kind of ineffective.
Mm-hmm.
Potts was struggling.
Yeah.
Like I said, he moved Osho into defence. I actually thought Osho had done all right in that midfield.
No, I agree.
And weren't too bad in defence, but he was hit and miss. He was 50-50. That's the thing. He made a couple of dodgy back passes. He was being stupidly casual. He got away with a few there. And he was trying to do something towards the end. So his hunger is there, and he is quite adaptable. I'm impressed with him still. Like, regarding the rest of the performance, while most of the players were shit.
Yeah,
but you know, he made an effort. Musgrave coming on, you know, again, like straight away everyone's like, why is he good? Why is he coming on? He, you know, when he first signed for us, and I think he did come on a few times in Cornick's position, kind of thing. He was actually doing all right there, very similar runs, things like that, and he showed a little bit of that in the second half when he come on. But you know, I'm not going to pick on him because he weren't actually that bad, and the rest of the team was shit as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Shit as well, you know, possibly even worse. So, you know, Freeman. I think Freeman just he needs to settle down. You know, he's got the natural ability, just needs to settle down and just relax a bit, and then he will start making things happen and scoring goals. But you know, it's frustrating to watch more because of Naismith and the way he was carrying on. But the thing is, like something like we were chatting about before the stream about Bradley's not good enough for the championship. Apparently,
not our words, by the way.
Captain material. Yeah, he's been a captain for a long time. But then you remember, like Naismith was the captain for quite a lot of last season, and he did. You know, he did. People could rely on him, if that makes sense. He was a talker and stuff like that. I can see that, but he did talk a few times. But in this game, he was weird, mate. He was like acting like he was telling the goalkeeper where to kick the ball, and like he was the manager or something. Yeah, it was like he so desperately wanted to win. You know, to prove whatever to himself, this, that, and the other. You know, he weren't great, was he? He died.
Like I said earlier, he got bodied by Adebayou.
Yeah, and he won a foul in the second half, and he blatantly just dived, mate, and it really pissed me off.
That's reminded me that. Yeah, that clear as day. That was a dive. What the hell?
But yeah, he's decent. He's decent. You know, he's got. You know, but he was mouthing off way too much.
Even trying to take the goal kicks, weren't he?
It was bizarre. Like he was just arguing all the time, and like, yeah, because. But I can see it because he's probably he knows how we play and stuff like that. So I get that to a certain extent, but it was weird. It was just annoying. Like,
yeah, it was.
Just the way it was and stuff.
No, definitely.
But yeah, after a while, it's like we're not getting nothing out. We needed an early goal, and we only sort of half-heartedly stepped up the gear, like in the last 5 minutes or whatever. We won numerous corners, but even then, we just couldn't put the ball in the back of the net.
Yeah, same problem, man. Same problem. Like Jerome had a shot, didn't he? When he come on, lucky that didn't count. Do you know what I mean? Lucky he had the corner originally.
Or we won a free kick.
Yeah. That was it. Sorry, yeah.
But Nathan Jones has come out and he said, you know, I've got the selection wrong in the midfield, or which he did. Yes, you know, it didn't work, but he made the changes straight away. But you know, sometimes you can make tactical errors, but the team still sort of get, you know what I mean? Like you'll notice it, but the defense, you know, that wasn't a mistake, was it? Selection, you know.
No.
So they just look disjointed, and he's. I think the problem is we've got so many players at our disposal. We just don't know. He can't, you know, I mean, trying to work out the best system and the best, you know, team to start. I think that's part of the issue we've got. Like, whereas before you knew.
You knew, yeah.
You know, it's still early on. There's them players are decent enough. They'll turn it around. They've turned it around before. They just need to do it sooner rather than later.
And just quickly, the thing I was going to say as well, it was obviously not the fact we haven't won this season, but it was sort of similar last year in the aspect where we got knocked out of round one, and we lost a lot of games there and as well. I remember we lost 3-2 to West Brom. Obviously, that Birmingham result. You know, see, you also look at it like that with what you just said with, you know, we've turned it around. The thing for me personally, obviously in the title, is where's the first win coming for? I believe as soon as we do win, whenever that is, I believe we will kick on from there.
Yeah.
But it's just, I don't know where it's coming from. And the dogs decided to wake up. But there we go. So, yeah, that's what I've got to say about that. And then obviously, yeah, like you said, when we didn't get a goal in early second half, you kind of knew what to expect, really. So, yeah, I'll just go through Stephen's comment here, and then we're going to do something different. He says, punished for sloppiness first half. As for second, again, rule missed chances. You have to take what minimum chances you have. No, absolutely. But yeah, we're going to move on to something different. We're going to try and do it every week. Obviously, if it updates, which it should do. I'm not in control of updating it. But it's player ratings. We're going to start doing some player ratings so we can talk individually more about players and, analyse it a little bit more in that aspect. So, yeah, we'll start it off. We'll start off with Ethan. Now, the goals, he couldn't really do anything, especially that first goal. I don't really know what you can give him. What would you say, Dad?
I wouldn't give him. I'd just give him a straight 6. You know what I mean? Like, he hasn't.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe bang
really
average 5, yeah, because he couldn't really.
Other than that, yeah, he was still aware. Like, this is what I'm saying. When Osho played them sloppy passes, he's got that intelligence just to quickly go and to get that. With Slugar, that'd have been done, mate. That'd have been in. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
I'm just going to give
laughing at this comment. Player ratings you have to start this week.
So yeah, no,
unfortunately,
I'd give him a 6, mate.
Yeah, fair enough. I was thinking a 6 or a 5.
Not blaming him.
No, you can't. Next player, Amari Bell.
A lot of people are saying the same. Oh, he was crap. But do you know what I mean? Again, below par.
Yeah, definitely.
Not terrible, but below par. I don't think he's to blame for any of the goals.
No.
I'd give him a 6.
6. Fair enough. Yeah, I was thinking 6 or 5 to be fair, so we'll go 6. Obviously, Potts come off in the second half, like we mentioned. Yeah, his performance was not too great, like we mentioned earlier. A bit to blame on the second goal. So yeah, it's not going to be a high rating, is it, Dad?
Nah, I'd just give him a 5.
5, jeez. I was thinking 4.
Or like 5.
Yeah, we'll go 5. Next one, Osho. Now, you were saying I agreed with you that he done all right. Considering a lot of the team was shite. Especially in midfield. So, yeah, me personally, I'd give him a 6 probably. What would you give him?
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, 6.
So there you go. There's Osho. Next one, James Bree. Like I said, a little bit, another player to partly blame for that second goal. I just felt how high up he was just didn't help at that time. And then Burke as well, because also how high up he was. And they just weren't marking the player properly. Literally got the first goal through not marking properly. Don't get me wrong, I know it weren't netting, but still, like, it's disappointing. So, yeah, what would you give him, Dad?
Yeah, he had an off day as well. He had like 1 free kick, which weren't too far away and stuff. But overall, he wasn't his normal self. So I'm giving him a 5.
5. Yeah, good shout. Actually, I did forget, and that's a good thing about player ratings as well. You think of moments like that. Yeah, I forgot about that free kick. I was very unlucky. But yeah, even if he scored that. Yeah, I don't know. What do I know? But yeah, let's move on to the next player. It's obviously Reece Burt, like I said, one of them to blame on the second goal. For me, it's got to be the same with Potts or a 4. What would you say, Dad?
Yeah, he was pretty anonymous, really, wasn't he? Because he's probably the most improved defender since we. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
So I was, obviously disappointed in that. I'd just give him a straight 5 as well.
5, yeah, okay, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. Next player, Sonny Bradley. Like we said on the first goal, we already know. Like me personally, briefly touching it, what people are saying. I do think it's a little bit too far, to be quite honest with you. It's just one of them off days. Like, let's be real, he don't actually have a lot of them. Especially recently. I remember a lot of times last season, which I've mentioned plenty of times on these episodes. Blackburn away, that's a standout. He come on and he just dictated it, and he's not usually, not looking in that aspect, if you get what I'm trying to say. But yeah, not a great game from him. What would you give him?
I'll give him a 5 as well.
5, fair enough. Let's move on to Campbell. Obviously, come off near the end of the game. It's an interesting one, Campbell. From the top of my head, I can't really think too much he did or too much wrong he did.
I think it's because everyone else was the way they were that it kind of made he's more effective when everyone else is on the ball as well.
Yeah.
But I don't think I'm going to be overly critical of Campbell, because I just do feel like he weren't terrible. He was in a midfield where different players or whatever, and I'd give him a 6.
Yeah, I was thinking a 6. Flipping dog. Next player, Morris, obviously come off in the 79th minute. Again, not great by him, was it?
No, it wasn't. Like, I could see he was good. You can see the potential he's got. Definitely. I'm not hearing all this. Always a waste of money. He's nowhere near as good as and DVD and all that. Yeah. I think he's all right. I think again the whole team was on that. Could have done better. Some of the passing was not good enough.
Give it away a lot of times. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give him a 5.
5. Yeah, that's fair enough. I will agree on that. Next player, Woodrow. Like we said earlier, didn't really make an impact once again. Like I said, me personally, I was a bit surprised that he's starting. Like I said, I understand you've got to rotate and that. And I know Freeman's not been, the last game weren't really too great, but I would have still went with Freeman. Yeah, what do we give Woodrow?
When you looked at it, he that's not his position. And it was like he didn't know where to pass it and stuff sometimes, because he's like too far back though. Do you know what I mean? Partly the manager's decision to blame, but still, he could have just, I don't know, I'd have just pushed forward, not being a striker or whatever. I don't know. But he weren't great, so I have to give him a 5 as well.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Next player, Adebayou. What do we make of his performance? Like we said, we felt he was unlucky, to be honest. You see that the passion and the determination is still there. That shot he had, like we mentioned, very unlucky not to score. And even getting back, I thought he was good.
Yeah, so, he didn't. For me, it was like he just had a frustrating game, which he's kind of been having anyway. Weren't really much, for the team, everyone else around him not playing that well didn't help. But I don't think he was that bad at all. I'd give him a 6.
6? Interesting. I was thinking 6 or 7.
Not quite. Maybe if he'd have scored, then yeah, but not.
The only reason I'll say 7 is because, I want, one of them to be a standout of the lot. But when I say 7, I don't mean like.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but they weren't. That's the thing. When we were talking about before, there was no man in the match. None of them. You heard me.
Yeah, we were saying that, weren't we? Yeah,
I was quite.
No.
Stop.
Sorry, she's trying to bite the thing. No, you can't bite that either. But yeah, the joys. Oh, fired and it stinks. But yeah, next player, Musgrave. What did we make of him when he come on? You know, like you said, a lot of people would have been like, "Oh, Musgrave, no, don't like that." No, Musgrave. Like, why is he coming on? But he was trying. He was trying. And I did think he was, I wouldn't say unlucky, but you see that he was trying to make something happen. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, it's a tricky one. That I'd give him a 6.
6.
I don't think he was
fair
that
enough.
bad. I don't think he
No,
was that bad, and he only played half the game.
Yeah, exactly. The next substitution was Jordan Clark. What did you make of his performance?
Again, he come on. He was trying to affect. We needed that. So he weren't too bad. He should have done better with that shot. But I'm not going to be too harsh on him. I think he was just trying a little bit too hard because of the situation. But again, I'd give him a 6.
6. Fair enough. Fair enough. Next player is Freeman. What did you make when he come on?
Well, he definitely had an effect on the game. They started getting frustrated for whatever reason. Like that 2-footed tackle on him was ridiculous.
Yeah, and that's another thing I forgot to mention as well. That red card, I thought it was a really good chance for us to capitalise as well.
Yeah, but the way we were playing, we just didn't. And we
that's what I was going to say. Yeah,
but he affected the game in that respect. His reaction was a bit,
mad.
But it wasn't that.
Well, I understand it.
He could have got sent off for that on another day. That's the problem with that. We don't do that. You know what I mean? Yeah, you've seen our players like have a little. Do you know what I mean? But that blatant sort of thing, it weren't great. But he did affect the game. Do you know what I mean?
He did. Yeah, he did.
So I'd probably give him a 6.
Yeah, okay, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. Moving on to Jerome, come on in the 79th minute. Like I said, he had that shot and got, was a bit lucky that it ended up being a free kick. Other than that, I can't really think of too much. I think he done a few passing around on the left-hand side, but not really too much. What would you say, Dad?
This guy, he weren't, of the caliber of player that he is, that maybe I felt like he's potentially had the experience to maybe help us get a consolation or whatever. So I'm not, I don't know, he come on late.
Yeah, last 10 minutes.
Give him a 5, but I think I'm going to give him a 6 because, 10 minutes.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's a bit harsh to give someone a 5, you know what I mean, for a 10-minute performance.
And then the last player, you can't really say too much because when he come on, Elliot Thorpe, good to see that he's starting to get his games in the Championship. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Maybe I was a little bit. I think it's just the defeat against Preston. I was maybe a little bit saying a little bit harsh on him in that aspect. Like I look back at it and he didn't do too bad. He did earn us a corner as well during that game. But yeah, what did you make of him in this game? Obviously, like I said, you can't really judge too much.
No, again, same thing. Time's done, match is done. He didn't really do anything wrong. So 6.
6, fair enough. Fair enough. So yeah, a lot of 6s of our player ratings, but yeah, that's the first one. The highest is a 6. So yeah, a lot of 6s. Lowest 5. Was debating 4, maybe a 4, but
yeah, some of that I don't overly agree with when you see people giving them 1s and stuff like that. Come on, get a grip. It's not.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think we actually have more possession overall, which is bizarre considering.
Yeah, we did.
What a way we played
to 49. Yeah, we did.
We
did, yeah.
So I think that's reasonable.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Look, like we said, well, let me go through the player ratings again. Like, just say who we put. So Ethan got 6, Bell got 6, Potts got 5, Osho got 6, Bree got 5, Burt got 5, Bradley got 5, Campbell got 6, Morris got 5, Woodrow got 5, Adebayou got 6, Musgrave got 6, and then the rest are literally 6s as well. So, yeah, that was the player ratings for that. So, yeah, and then the last thing I'm going to say is just, to sum that game up, very poor defensively. Very poor defensively. And that's obviously we was lacking a little bit of actually putting the ball in the back of the net. But, yeah, the defence was the main issue in this game. And that's what's cost us, really. So, yeah, that's what I've got to say about that. But, yeah, we'll try and move on to a bit of a brighter note. We're playing again tomorrow, Dad. I mean, we're playing Swansea, who, to be fair, I did actually look at their game quite closely because obviously that's who we're playing next. And yeah, they were 2-0 up. They looked pretty comfortable for most of the game against a good Millwall side, which I was a little bit surprised about. And yeah, they conceded 2 goals right at the end, both own goals as well. A bit bizarre, like the nerves would have definitely been kicking in, especially if the pressure Millwall started applying. But like I said, Swansea, scored 2 very good goals, and I thought they were going to be in a very good position. But it shows you what the Championship's about in that aspect as well. And yeah, it's gonna be interesting. It is going to be interesting, that's for sure. And yeah, we've had some cracking games with Swansea in the past. I remember last year, obviously, weren't very good in the manner of them coming back. But I remember the game at home is a 3-3 draw. My first ever time in the Kenny stand. Good view, but me, I like being in where the atmosphere is. And yeah, that was disappointing, that game, in the manner we conceded the goals as well, all outside the box. And yeah, that was the start of when Lansbury done the kicking as well, and that's where the chant come from. But what people seem to forget to talk about in that was the fact that Manning booted the ball away, but half of them wouldn't have seen it unless they were there. But yeah, and then obviously the last year, the 1-0 Harry Cornick away. It's going to be an interesting one. It's going to be a very interesting one. But Dad, how are you feeling going into this one with how our form's been?
I'm not really, very rarely do we lose, 3 league games on the bounce. They've just got to turn it around, and the thing is, what they will be wanting to turn it around. It's not like there's that, bad vibes going out through the club and all that sort of stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like they will be wanting to turn that around. The thing is that Swansea have conceded a hell of a lot of late goals in their last 5 or 6 games, even going back to last season. So, I think it's going to be cagey. I feel like if we can put them under pressure, then we can. I think we should be getting our first win. I'm quite confident. I know some people will be like, "What? Do you know what I mean?" But come on,
Yeah.
we've got a good team here. We've got a good squad there. I think the pressures might be off of us a little bit because we're away.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm not sitting here thinking, it's going to be such a tough game. We're going to struggle the way we've played in the last game. You're not going to play like that every game, are you? And we'll see in the lineup. I expect to be, more solid.
Yeah.
And I expect us to be, better defensively than we have been. And I think if we can put them under enough pressure, we will definitely score. So I'm all right. I'm looking forward to it. And this is Luton Town. This is what we do. This is what we need to be doing. Let's start putting people on the back foot again.
Yeah, fair enough. As for me, I'm looking at it, and I understand the confidence, to be honest, because you've also got to look at their games. And, you know, first game of the season, drew to Rotherham, which, you know, it's not too bad. First game of the season as well, Rotherham, you know, you don't really know how they're going to show up this year. You know, they've actually made some really good signings that could keep them up. Obviously, Kyoso, one of our former players as well. Tom Eves, I think that's a very good signing for them. So they got a draw there. They took a very heavy defeat at home as well to Blackburn, who were obviously on a mad run until the other day when Reading ended that, and that was crazy in the manner they did as well. And then obviously they beat Blackpool away 1-0, and then obviously played that game the other day. So when you look at it like that, it's interesting. Obviously they do have a win, but you know it's still one of them really where I understand the confidence. Me personally, I'm feeling good in a way. I think we might not lose this game. You know, I think we could get a result, whether that's a draw or a win. You know, I could see one of them, you know, 1-0 Lutons. That's exactly like it was last year. You know, obviously Terry mentioned it when Cornick scored that goal. And that's the thing. He scored against... Sorry, dog's just been a nightmare. Scored against both the Welsh teams away last year. And obviously, you know, both very good goals. I remember that goal against Swansea was like a volley. And then the Cardiff one was a header. So, you know, hopefully we'll be back. Hopefully. But I just don't know how bad the injury is. If anyone knows, let me know. But, yeah. Big up Lewis as well. He says, Barrow are massive. He says, we're on fire at the moment. Yeah, I see they are doing all right, to be fair. Stephen says, back on the M4 over the Free Bridge and into the valleys on way to Swansea. Crucial game, in my opinion, has to be 3 points. Just got to be positive and hope we can turn it around. I'm positive every time we play. 2 draws and a loss, not as bad as it looks. Come on, you Hatters. No, absolutely. And then big up Wolf, he says, hey, everyone. So, yeah, that's my thoughts going into it. Couple of their players, you know, I said I'd do this more with opposition, but, you know, I've seen highlights. Players that we need to watch out for, in my opinion. I'd definitely say Manning. Now, I don't rate him highly. I just think he's one of them shit-house players that will annoy us, and he did score a very good goal, actually, in their last game against Millwall. Put him in the lead, actually. And then, you know, to be fair, I can never say his name, Pirro. Oh, I probably butchered it, but he's a decent player as well. They've got a lot of pacey attacking players. So we definitely cannot be leaving ourselves as open as we did the other day, because trust me, that will be peak. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to say about that. But yeah, we'll move on to lineups that we'd go with. So let me just get it up. So going with the 5-2-1-2 formation. Obviously, I'll do mine, and I'll see if you agree with me, Dad, like we have been doing. Obviously, Ethan in goal, straightforward. Centre backs, I am gonna go Bradley. No, despite that performance the other day, he's the captain at the end of the day. I'm gonna go Reece Burke. Again, not a great performance, but I feel we have to go with him again. And then the other one, do you potentially put Lockyer back in, or do you go Potts?
See, this is the tricky thing for me. You got to put Bradley in the centre. And because we haven't replaced Naismith in that position, we haven't really, unless we try something new, we haven't really got an option. So it's a difficult one. I think we have to go with Potts.
Sorry about that one.
Sorry, mate.
Keeps biting stuff. But,
yeah, as I was saying, we probably will have to go with Potts for now.
Yeah.
But I probably would. I'd instead of Burke on the right, I'd be banging Osho back in that position.
Well, Osho on the right, yeah.
Yeah, because he's looked all right. You know, really, he hasn't really. You know, if he's played in defence,
Yeah.
you know, he played in defence in the second half. All right, we didn't. You know, but we didn't concede any more goals. So that's probably how I'll do it until we get someone in who's left-footed, or we're putting someone else there, or we're bringing someone up from the youth team.
Yeah.
It's gonna have to be Potts.
Yeah. Stephen says Bradley, Lockyer, Burke, centre backs for me. A lot of people saying play Lockyer. Interesting.
I can see that, but I you know, doubt he's going to drop Bradley, and you could potentially play Lockyer instead of Osho. But for me, Osho ain't really done anything wrong. Do you know what I'm saying? And Lockyer was you know, he wasn't great against Newport, so yeah, he scored. You know, but again,
true.
he's got to earn that. He's got to. What has he done to justify getting above Osho?
True.
Nothing. So for me, I'll be starting Osho.
Yeah, fair enough then. Fair enough. No, I understand it. A lot of people saying, you know, potentially put Osho in midfield. You could do, absolutely. But no, I understand where you're coming through, because I feel Potts needs to be dropped now, to be quite honest. Yeah, no disrespect to him, but you can see that for a season, he's not going to be that guy, unfortunately. You know, I think we could tell last season as well, to be honest.
Yeah.
So,
he's not consistently a championship player. You know, he has moments, but against the better teams or the more attacking team, you can see already he's not. He hasn't got that pace, or he hasn't got that extra little bit of ability.
yeah,
And that's the only worrying thing at the moment. Like, we haven't replaced Naismith.
no, exactly.
Basically, we just need a left-footed centre back. That's what we need.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And then as for Bert, yeah, just rest him, give him a rest. Definitely understand that. The wing backs, you know, they're straightforward. Obviously, Bree and Bell, you know, straightforward. Like I've said before, if I'm to play Doherty, I'm playing him higher up. I'm not playing him as that left, unless obviously Bell's out. Other than that, for me, I'm not putting him there, and that's not because I don't think he's good or anything. Of course I do. Just Bell for me, you know. But anyway, and in the midfield, I'm going to go Campbell, obviously. That's an obvious one. And then on the right side, I'm going to go... who do I go with? Who would you go with, Dad?
Don't know, don't Campbell on the left of that.
I don't.
We need more stability in the midfield. So
yeah, exactly. I'm just double checking, even though I'm looking on here, which is useless. Let me just check on something else. Because flash scores, if you've got flash scores, you know it tells you madness.
Yeah,
it tells you Bell's just where he's not.
He might change up the formation anyway. I'm not sure, but obviously Campbell's will be starting because he hasn't really put a foot wrong. On the right, do you go with Clark? It's been a bit off. This is a problem. Again, as the last game, I'll be tempted to put Piero on the right.
Do you reckon he'll be back?
Hopefully, this is what I'm basing it on. You know, I'd give him a chance on the right. That creativity he's showing me just gets ahead probably of Clark at the moment.
Okay. Yeah, I'd love to go Piero. It's just I'm just worried if he's you know going to start or be available. Sorry. So yeah, that's what I'm going to go with there. All right, fair enough. And then the cam, do you go Freeman? Do you go Woodrow?
Definitely not Woodrow.
What other options are there? Must be other options. think.
I just think he's going to potentially change the formation.
What would you reckon? What do you reckon he'll go with? 4-4-2.
Yeah.
What, like that type of 4-4-2?
Or 4. 4. What is it? 4-1. Something like that. 4-1-2.
Oh no, not that one. I think I just saw it. 4-1.
Because the midfield didn't work. Yeah. Maybe that. Yeah.
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 And then what's that? Osho where Bell is, sort of.
Nah. So put Potts where he was.
Oh yeah. Give me a sec. What's so there? Yeah, and obviously I'll take the other one. Now. Yep, like that.
So who got left back? Is any Bell at left back?
It says Bree for some reason.
Swap them around.
He loves to do a madness and just put it wherever. There he is. And then obviously Bree. Yep. And then obviously.
So then you could take Potts. You could probably swap Bradley with Potts and then put Osho in.
Okay.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah. So Potts on the right sort of centre back sort of thing.
No, Potts out of it, mate. So
you don't want him in it?
No. So you got Bell, then you got Bradley.
Okay, all right, yeah, I got you. Yep.
Osho, Bree.
Yep.
And then sitting back a little bit. Lansbury.
Yeah.
And then who he got on the right? Piera.
Piera, yep. And Campbell in the middle.
Yeah, Campbell in the middle. And then
on the left.
On the left. For me, you could I think Freeman could probably play there.
Yeah, I reckon he can.
Doughty would be obviously the first choice if he's fit. But I feel like Freeman could play there.
Yeah, I'd go Freeman there personally.
And
then 2 up top, obviously you go Elijah.
Yeah. And for me, I'm hoping Cornick's fit and I'll be banging him there.
Yeah, definitely. 100%. Like I said, especially after what he done in the last game when we played him. 100%. And
I just feel like that midfield's a bit more. Yeah, but Piera, but why not?
Yeah. Look, there you go. # Dion to start. That would be great. That would be great.
Yeah, I'd like that. If that happened, I just feel like he's going to change it up a little bit midfield. Because Bell and Bree can still push forward if they need to. Do you know what I mean? We got caught out with that. That's the thing.
Yeah.
And if we keep playing with that 3 at the back and then the wing they're too far forward, we're going to keep getting caught out. But with this, we can chop and change. And you've got defensive. Lansbury's good at doing that. It's just the basics. Just
sometimes it's luck just doing a simple pass. Like
but at the moment I'll put him there. Like Berry could play there, Rudder could play there. Glenn Ray could play there. Osho could play there. We've got more options in that, and that's what we need. Someone to break up the midfield and feed it to Freeman, Campbell, Piera, or down, or you know what I'm saying. I think that's what we're
Yeah.
lacking a bit of, and then I wouldn't be surprised if we did go with that formation. Maybe not the exact lineup, but the formation definitely.
Yeah, no, definitely. So obviously, as you can see, we'll run through lineup again. So obviously the 4-1-2-1-2. How about you say that when you're drunk? Formation. Obviously, Horath in goal. Bell left back. Bree right back. Bradley Osho centre backs. Lansbury just in front of them. And then midfield, like higher up, you've got Freeman on the left, Pierre on the right, Campbell through the middle, and up top, Adebayou and Cornick. And it's just something I wanted to say about Cornick as well, that we mentioned when we was on the phone discussing the game the other day. You can tell in games we're missing his pace as well.
Definitely, we're missing that outlet on the right.
Exactly.
You know, when you pump it towards Adebayo all the time, you haven't got that other option. So the defenders they're not thinking about, you know, oh, we've got two to deal with here, and then people coming forward from the midfield. We just had none of that. As soon as we get that, we'll be fine.
Yeah, exactly. That's the lineup we're going to go with for that game tomorrow. So, Dad, it's that time. Is the first win coming tomorrow? That's what I'm going to ask you.
Well, you know, got a couple of, you know, the last predictions like well out, but you know, on a normal day, that you know that there was, you know, like
Still got
comment.
3 games spot on so far this year.
Yeah, like the comment earlier from Jackie, like there's no need to panic. You know, the performances, barring the first half performance in that last game, they haven't been that bad to be worrying. We're due a win at Swansea. We've beaten before. And we just need to, I think we just need to be defensively strong, which if we've got the, you know, line up like that, potentially we will be. They'll be looking to rectify that anyway. I just think that if we keep the pressure on, we're going to cause some problems. And the last 10 minutes, if it's 1-1 or 0-0, go at them, and we will get that. We'll get that win. I believe we'll get that win. And I just want to, you know, hopefully it's one of the 2 strikers who get that goal. So my prediction, same as the last game,
1-0.
is a 1-0 Luton win.
Yeah, fair enough. Just double checking. I'm pretty sure when we played them last season at their ground, I'm pretty sure the goal was fairly late. Just trying to see if I can find it.
Was it Cornick?
It was Cornick, and I'm pretty sure it's late. I know the one against Cardiff away was definitely late because it was that header, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And this one was a volley. I just can't remember exactly when it was. But yeah, like Stephen says here, look, it's got to come sooner rather than later. That's the thing for me. I feel when we win our first game, you know, we'll start kicking on.
Yeah, we will, and that's all it is. That is all it is. That is all it is. You know, teams have not. They can't say they've worked us out, but they're giving us more respect. They're not. You know, they're basically what happened in the last game is they done a Luton on us. You know, but our defense was poor. Do you know what I mean? But you know, the way they played, they were winning the second balls, etc. That's what we normally do.
Yeah,
and you don't just lose that overnight.
And now what a lot of the teams are doing against us away from home.
A lot of time wasting and shit going on as well.
Yeah.
Like not just that, and niggly fouls and just trying to break the game up. You know.
Yeah.
So we've just got to keep fighting, and I just think that we're due to beat them. We're due a win, obviously, and I just think we'll pull it off.
Fair enough. And now that obviously we do goal scorers, you said one of the strikers. What striker are you going to go with?
I'm going to go with Harry Cornick if he's fit.
Yeah.
If he's not fit, then Elijah's going to get his first goal of the season.
Nice. Big up Terry says Swansea 0, Luton 2 is his prediction. Cornick and Berry. I think Berry might still be. Yes, Berry's still injured, I think. But yeah, that would be very nice. I'll tell you that. Cornet, 83rd minute. Yeah, I thought it was fairly late. So I remember watching it and I was like, come on, man. Like, it was one of them. But yeah, as for my score prediction, do I reckon the first win's coming here? Unfortunately, I do not. I think it's going to be the same score in which I predicted last time, obviously last game, and that is a 1-1, unfortunately. However, though, look, like I said earlier, looking at Swansea's, obviously I know we haven't won a game yet, but looking at, the manner in which they concede goals and when they concede goals, we're known for scoring late goals sometimes. Obviously, like we mentioned, we've done it against both the Welsh teams last year. There's always that possibility, but yeah, unfortunately, I'm going to go for 1-1 draw. As for goal scorers, I'm going to go Cornick if he plays. If not, do you know what? I'm going to go Morris. If Cornick doesn't play, because that's most likely who will be playing for him. So I'll go with Morris. As for their goal scorer, I'm going to go with Epiphone. Yeah, him. I'm going to go with him.
I think it is.
Yeah, I'm going to go with him. Yeah, hopefully not, mate. Hopefully not. He says, I don't care, just a win, just 3 points. Didn't do it on my birthday, do it this week. Yeah, hopefully, mate. Hopefully you get their late birthday present and they can do that. But, yeah, there you go. There you go. That is our reaction to the Bristol City game and then preview to the Swansea one. Come on, Luton. Let's actually win this game. Come on, let's kickstart it. But, yeah, that is episode 53 of The Hat Show. So big up everyone and all of that, like always. And, yeah, next Hat Show will be on Thursday, most likely, because obviously you're playing on Friday on TV against Sheffield United. So, yeah, don't forget to smash a like on the stream, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, all of that, turn on the notification bell and all of that. If you want to follow me across any of my socials, link to them are in the description. And, yeah, just quickly, I'm going on another channel, Let's Talk Premier League channel. I used to go on a lot, going on at 8 p.m. So asked me if I can come on to predict some Premier League games. So I'll be on that. So if you can tune into that, please do. And then I'm just going to read this comment quickly. Morris is a waste if paid 7 figures for him. Then Barnsley laughing all way to bank. Well, hopefully he can
just give him time. Just give him time. I can see the ability he's got. He just needs time to bed in. You know what I'm saying? Look at Campbell last season. Look at Adebayou when he first. You know what I mean? Like,
I agree with that. You see that a lot. Yeah, I was going to say Campbell. Like, a lot of people forget how.
Don't forget how good our scouting and recruitment team generally is.
Has been,
9 times out of 10. 9 times out of 10. Let's have it right. So
yeah, true. No,
it'll
definitely
be right.
agree on that one. But oh yeah, and then another announcement as well. We're doing a watch along tomorrow as well to boxing, won't we, Dad? We'll be doing
yeah. It's going to be a laugh. It's going to be me, you, and one of my best friends. It should be we don't normally do stuff like that, but yeah,
you wanted to do it, so
yeah,
we'll do it. So yeah, that's what's going on tomorrow. That's content on the channel tomorrow, and then I'll be doing a watch along to Newcastle City on Sunday, and then Man United Liverpool on Monday. So that's what's going on. But big up Terry. Not sure if he's a new subscriber. I haven't really seen him in here, but big up yourself. Says good video. No need to panic. Long way to go. No, absolutely, absolutely. But yeah, until tomorrow, we'll both see you. Like I said, I'll be on Let's Talk Premier League at 8. We'll see you lot in a bit. So take care and peace.